How's everyone doing today? Hope you're great.
Hey everyone.
Bear with me because I am trying to fix TikTok again. So I'm going to introduce you guys to tonight's guest, and I'm going to let him talk while I fix this.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome, Bradley Ferris.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. I'm glad to be back. Oh, I have weird echo. I can hear myself on your coming through your speakers.
Yeah, so I'm trying to fix that. So, Brad, why don't you tell everybody about yourself for those who haven't seen you before, and I'm going to try and fix this in the background.
Okay, so I'm Brad Ferris, Bradley Ferris, whatever you want to call me. Hey, you. I'll go by any of those. I am a paranormal investigator. I've been investigating pretty solidly since 2010, 2011-ish, so 13, 14 years. I've traveled all over the Midwest, all the way out to North Carolina, as far away as Arkansas and Texas to the west. I run a team here in Indianapolis called Indie Afterlife Society. It's me and some of my friends that I've made through the paranormal, and we go investigating a lot. We do private homes. We do pay-to-play places. We have all the gadgets and gadgets that they do on the TV shows. I have tons of new equipment. I just got a new camera that I'm dying to use, so I'll be, depending on the weather this weekend, I may be heading out to a cemetery to try it out. So, yeah, I've been, like I said, I've been investigating for a while. I've lived in a haunted house pretty much my entire life. The house I'm in right now has got all kinds of crazy stories and activities in it. Yeah. So I lead a very active paranormal life. I think in 2014 and 2015, those 2 years, I had like 75 different events or paranormal activities I went to. It's weird hearing myself.
Oh, I got rid of it. I was like, screw it.
I can still hear it.
You can?
When you first
Should
came
be
back
done
on,
now.
I could. Okay, yeah. When you first came back on, I could still hear it.
It's. I've been trying to use TikTok for the show too, and I just can't get it to work right. So sorry about that. For those of you that were hearing about Brad's story, you got to hear it twice. So
yay! Doubly is good.
Oh goodness! Don't tell me. It's going to be a night of errors because I have an error here that says it's not even showing on my Facebook page. What the heck, guys? Did Brad just bring the spooky with him?
Probably. I am back at this house, so.
Yeah, yes. Every time you're at that house, a lot of times you're at the house we've had where things get interrupted. It says I'm live. No, it says it's there. Yep, it's there. So I don't know what's going on there. Somebody commented. Who was that? Was that me? Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Dang it.
I have not seen any comments, so.
I am such a mess tonight. Let's do this. Okay,
wait,
guys.
Now I can.
Now you can see comments? Yeah, that's me.
I had it. It was set on private message instead of comments. Okay.
Oh, yep. Okay. Cool. All right, we're in business now. I might have to jump on here sometime and just work with off the schedule and actually try to get TikTok to work. So. Yeah, what fun. Okay, so I think we're good for now. Sorry about that, everyone, if you're watching and are like, who is this hot mess on here?
I haven't done a show in a while. It's been a while, so.
Yeah, you're not the mess though. It's me this time. Because apparently I cannot get my tech stuff to work. So, welcome everyone. We're here with Unveil Paranormal. Our guest here, Bradley Ferris. You all may recognize him. He was previously my co-host and is taking a little break. So, but he decided to come join me for the evening so we can chat.
Yep, super excited for this.
Yes, I am super excited to have you here. I love it. Hey, Jeremy, welcome. Thank you for saying hello because we're having tech issues, so I want to make sure everything's gravy. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, let's do a couple things. So tonight I really want to talk with Brad and talk a little bit about manifestation, psychic abilities, experiences he's had, because right now the everything is geared around manifestation, mediumship, psychic abilities, phenomenon, dreams, stuff like that. So I don't really have a dream story for everybody this week other than I did date Eminem last night in my dream and something was going on with his mom. And that's about all I remember. So, but he might be, 50 now? He's very much a little older than me, and I'd still tap that. I'm sorry. I don't care. Yeah, for some reason the show isn't on the page. Can only find it through. Oh, well, thank you, Jeremy. Make sure it's there. I appreciate you sharing it. This has been Oh, that's not good. Okay. That's good to know. All right. So thank you, Jeremy, for sharing that. I appreciate it. Maybe it's a Facebook thing. It's probably a Facebook thing. I'm having issues with TikTok. No, Facebook. Screw you, social medias.
Right.
But we do like to do every week, Brad, is a tarot card pull. So
okay.
Would you like your tarot read?
Sure.
Before we get in. Okay. So you have two options.
Okay.
You have two deck options, I should say.
Okay.
Because I have two decks. I don't know if you knew that.
Mm-hmm. I have one, but I don't even know where it's at now.
So I have the classic deck.
Okay.
Okay. Or I have this one, which is called the Witch's Tarot. Can you see it? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, which one would you like to be read from?
We'll do Witch's Tarot.
Okay. Good choice. It's something different than the average tarot.
Right.
Classic tarot deck, so.
It's going to be cups of something, because every time I get my tarot read, it's always cups of something.
It is. Every time I read, it's always cups of something. Let's see if we can not get a cup this time.
Right.
So my question for you is, I'm going to do a one card poll.
Okay.
And I don't know if you want to ask your question out loud or privately. It's up to you.
I'll do it privately.
Okay. So I want you to think about your question.
Okay.
And disclaimer, guys, I am not a tarot reader. I am a medium. I don't use tools like this for mediumship. I use my mind for mediumship. But as we all know, tarot deck is all about intuition. So I'm using my intuition. If I read him based off these cards, based off not what the book says, I don't care. What the book says, this is all intuition based. Okay. Brad, tell me when to stop shuffling.
You're good. Stop there.
Okay. Sorry. All right. I'm pulling what's on top here. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have something different.
Yay!
All right. You have the Six of Swords.
Okay.
Okay. I do like the number 6 for you. I'm going to pull one more because I feel like I need clarity. Oh, what the heck? They're in order. 7 of Swords. This is garbage. Let's go to the bottom. What's on the bottom? 9 of Cups. There we go. Okay.
There we go. There's my cup.
There's your cups. Okay. All right, so we're going to do 2 cards because I don't like the 7 of Swords. If I had to use this guy, I don't know. He looks sus. The 7 of Swords guy looks sus.
He does.
I don't like his vibe.
He kind of looks like Adam.
Adam? Oh, that Adam? Ew, gross. I knew when you came on here you'd try to get me in trouble. Every time. Dude, I don't have any enemies that I know of right now, damn it. So,
I don't think I do.
This person, we're just going to say he's going to try and ruin something for you.
No.
Like, he's kind of clowning. There's like a carnival in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of clowning. Like, he's going to...
Like Adam.
Yeah. He'll be doing this whole post again, being like, "Oh, these nobodies are talking smack about me. I'm gonna go bitch about it online."
I didn't use any name. I didn't use any last names.
Well, y'all know, you know.
It did look like him, and the way you're describing it makes sense.
Yeah. Watch out for this one. That's all I'm going to say on the 7 of Swords. Okay, let's start with 6 of Swords. So this is kind of you carrying all. So swords, I could not tell you for 1 second what swords are supposed to represent. So I'm just going to say today, this represents you kind of carrying some of that, I want to call it baggage, but like you're carrying it to put it in its place. So for instance, oh yeah, don't forget what your question was too, because.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't let me get you distracted with the Adam card. Okay. So.
It looks like him.
Back to your question. So this is kind of like you're getting ready to take the baggage, take kind of the stuff that's bothering you, and you're going to start putting it where it belongs, whether it be put aside away from out of your life or put it somewhere that it can still continue to be a part of your life. I kind of like envisioning you on the boat and you're like moving to one location, like across the rivers where you don't want it part of your life anymore, and like your side of the rivers where you're going to allow it to still be part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
But it can still hurt a little bit, like the sword could if, it stabbed you or something.
Right.
So keep that in mind. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But that is definitely something that you should focus on and work on. You need to decide what can continue within your life that's bothering, that's not, that feels like it should be part of it, doesn't feel like, and what you can keep. What parts of each aspect of those things that are kind of issues but kind of not issues need to stay on your side of the river. Okay? Does that make sense?
Totally.
Okay. Yay! I can do things. All right. The other card I pulled because I wasn't feeling 100% about that because I feel like I needed a little bit of more. So we have the 9 of Cups. With this lovely lady, but I don't know, she's kind of got a bad vibe too. So let's talk about this energy. Like it's almost like she's eyeing these cups as if like it's kind of like a gamble. Like if you pick the right cup, you're good, but if you pick the wrong cup, you're poisoned. So this is almost like you got to kind of watch around this, we're just going to say around this feminine energy, because this feels like a feminine energy. Like you kind of have to watch how you react and how you don't react, and that you're making the right choices, just like you did here. But this is like your personal right choices. This is actually their choices. To them, what's right, and to them, what's the wrong choice. So not only are you picking where you need to be or what you want in your life for you, if this person's around, you have to pick what you want for them too. So the right cup will give you a good time. The wrong cup will poison you, basically, is what I'm trying to say here.
Okay, that makes sense too.
Yeah. So I definitely think now there are some good things about this. Like, I don't know, like this stuff up front is making me for some reason think of like holidays and like gatherings, and like it could be a really positive experience on the surface for sure. But I don't know, there's just something that feels off, that almost feels like the whole intent is not it's not just for your benefit, but there are some things in this cup that benefits the other person. That's not keeping you in mind. So there's a lot of push and pull there on the next decisions you're going to be making, for at least in the recent time, is definitely going to want to keep an eye on. Okay. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. All of it.
All of it. You feel like you know things now?
I totally feel like I do. Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. So that's my tarot card for Brad. Y'all ain't getting one, just Brad is. Okay. So Brad, yes. Let's ask questions, because the other thing with the show here is we want to talk about psychic phenomenon, mediumship, and what would you say if you were just meeting someone and they were investigating with you? And I'm going to give an example because I've investigated with you. And then they notice that you tend to have a way of picking up on things before they happen, or usually right before they happen, or something that feels like something's going on in the room, and they say to you, well, how do you know what's happening? How would you explain to them how you know what's happening?
My answer is, it's just kind of that I know. It's just like an internal, like, I know this is going on. I know this is in the room with us. It's just like an advanced knowledge of knowing. It's more like almost like a second knowledge. Like you're tapping into something else that has the same knowledge, but it's like an advanced version of it to me. It's kind of how it reminds me of.
Would you say you have psychic abilities, or would you say you have mediumship? Would you say you have a mix of a little bit of everything?
I would say I have a mix of both. Like, I've predicted things happening before they've happened. Like, not just like a few minutes before they happen, like weeks before they happen. I have a very good read of like people's energy. Like, I can just like, I don't even have to have met them. I can just like hear their name, and I can just tell like what type of person they are just by hearing their name and thinking about them.
Yeah.
My characters, and it's not like I'm being judgmental of them. It's just like, oh, this person's cool. Oh, this person's a dick. It's just like, I know. It's just like, I can just tell by what kind of, you can fake a personality. You can fake how you treat people. You cannot fake what energy you give off. So it's like, I just read what energy they give off.
Right. Like they can say they can say whatever they want, but you know, in your intuition, what's real and what's not.
Exactly.
And I know you mentioned predictions, and so that's one thing I wanted to talk about. So a lot of people that watch the show are really interested in the idea of being able to predict and manifest and using your intuition and whatnot. So I guess tell us about, because I know we discussed this before the show, tell us about the first experience you had when you actually made an accurate prediction.
Okay. So I was about 12 or 13, and I have an older sister who has a son, and they were going to go to New Jersey so he could meet with my nephew's dad, to meet his other grandmother for the very first time when he was like 2 or 3. He'd never met her up until then. They'd never had the opportunity to go to New Jersey to meet her.
Yeah.
Like 2 to 3 weeks before it happened, before they went, I told my mom, I'm like, ooh, I'm getting a bad feeling. I don't think they should go to New York City. I think they're going to have a really bad car wreck, and they shouldn't be going to New York City. And like, I didn't even know they were going to be going to New York. I knew they were going to New Jersey. That's all I knew. I knew they were going to the East Coast. So they go out there. They go and meet his other grandmother, and all four of them then decide, hey, let's go see Times Square in New York City. And they got sideswiped by a taxi cab. The airbag deployed, and it also burst. So then the chemical that was in it then burnt my nephew's dad's face, who was driving. My sister was in the front passenger seat, and my nephew and his grandmother were. My nephew was like 2 or 3 at the time, but he was not in a car seat at the time because she was like holding him on his lap so he could see things better.
Yeah.
And they were in the back seat, and my sister, like, I think broke both her wrists. My nephew's dad's face got burnt from the airbag. But yeah, the car was totaled. I don't think it ever even came back from New York. So then they had. Go ahead.
So what exactly did you envision prior to that trip?
All I envisioned was that they were going to have a very bad car wreck.
Okay.
In New York. And I literally had told my mom, don't let them go to New York. They're going to have a bad car wreck. And this was like 2 to 3 weeks before they even left for New Jersey. And like I said, at that time, I didn't even know they were going to be in New York.
Because you were 7, you said?
No, I would have been like 13.
Okay, 13.
Well, 12 or 13. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was like 13. But then when my mom told me that it happened, I had like an out-of-body experience from it, because I remember how I physically reacted, but I remember seeing it from like above, like I like detached from my spirit detached, and I remember seeing how my body reacted to hearing the news of it. And it wasn't the fact that they had a bad car wreck. That was bad too, but it was the fact that I knew, I predicted that it was going to happen, that shocked me the most.
And you were awake when you had the out-of-body experience? It wasn't like you were asleep, right?
No. I was literally awake when it happened, because my mom told me, and I saw my body react from like third person. It was weird.
Yeah, that's I mean, as a, like, when you're young, like 12, 13, that would be a really weird experience. Plus, who would you have to explain that to you, you know?
Right. Well, my mom is pretty psychic too. My grandmother was really psychic, and my great-grandmother was like off the chart crazy. She's had crazy experiences. Like, she would take like little short cat naps. Yeah. And then wake up and say something, and then within a couple minutes it would come true. Like one time, she kept telling my grandfather, that tree out there is going to fall. That tree out front's going to fall. And my grandfather, her name, we called her Dodie. My grandfather's like, Dode, that tree's not going to fall. And within like a couple days, that tree the school bus had gone past the house.
Yeah.
And it has to go to the end of the road and turn around and come right back. By the time the school bus went down, the tree had fallen across the road, so the school bus couldn't get back up the road.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then another time, she took one of her little short cat naps. Yeah. And said something really strange and off the wall. And she's like, one of her cousins or something was coming to visit. And she's like, well, this person's not coming to visit because their husband's mother-in-law, some real random person passed away and they couldn't make it. And then within like 2 hours of her saying that, they get a call that person was supposed to be coming to visit, and they couldn't because the person she said it was had passed away.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
so
and she
people,
yes.
did she even meet that person?
No,
or no?
I don't even think she even knew who that person was. She knew, but she like dead on said who it would be that they said who had passed away, but they couldn't come visit.
That's wild. So you think it's generational?
Oh
it's
yeah,
just been passed down.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a lot of the women have had it.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other males you know about
Well,
in your family?
My mom doesn't have any siblings, so there would have been no. And then it's just me and my sister, so I don't have any other brothers. My grandmother had brothers, but I don't know of them ever having any abilities, and I don't really know much about my grandfather's side, so.
I just heard witches. Did your family come from any of that you know about?
They're very Native American, not necessarily witches.
Yeah.
Like
so probably that nature, that natural spiritual belief.
Like my great grandmother was like a quarter Miami Indian, and she looked like.
Right.
I've seen photos of her from like right around the turn of the 1900s, and she looks like a Native American. Like she's got the short black hair, and yeah, she looks very Native American.
That's awesome.
And then another weird thing is my family was from the Miami Indians.
Yeah.
And the Miami Indians kidnapped a white woman, and she then ended up living with them until she passed away.
Yeah.
And her name was Frances Slocum, and she was a redhead. And my grandmother looks almost identical to her.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think we're related, but my grandmother was a redhead and looked a lot like the photos I've seen of Frances Slocum.
Interesting. Maybe there's a story behind there, and there's some type of relation somehow to that.
It's very possible.
Now, was Frances kind of in the same area where your family may have been, or
she was kidnapped by the same Indian tribe that my family's from. So I don't know if she's actually from that area, because we've also my grandmother and my mom is from Southern Indiana, and they have heritage back to being the first white people ever to move into that county too.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah,
that's very cool.
A lot of psychic, weird, witchy. My mom has always called them like witchy things, but I don't think they've ever actually been like witches.
Right. Just kind of practicing, or you know, you don't have to be born into it to believe in it. Right. So I know from investigating with you, I've seen you out in the field where we would be investigating, and suddenly you get a feeling, or the equipment starts reacting to what you're saying. I kind of have, I know a lot of times people are investigating, they start asking questions that they know about, but like you, I too will randomly say something random, and then and nobody really knows where the question came from. It's just your intuition suddenly tells you, well, what if we move this piece of equipment here instead of there? Or what if we ask a question about this instead of what you're going with? And part of that's our intuition. And I know I've seen it, I've witnessed it with you. I specifically, for some reason, am thinking of a time like at Rhodes Hotel I was at, and you were just like
was that the group event at the Rhodes?
I think it was a group event where you just kind of went in the zone, and then like things were reacting, and you had your intuition was coming through, and you were like, hey, I'm thinking this, I'm feeling this, and we were getting reactions to it. That's the benefit of having a psychic medium with you on an investigation. Like, definitely use them as tools, guys. If you're a paranormal investigator.
And I'll be 100% honest. I don't consider myself a psychic medium, or I don't claim to be that, but I know I can do it. That's the thing.
Like you're listening when you need to be. You're not like sitting there and just like like, things will come to you here and there, but like you're not going out there being like, hey, I'm a psychic, let me read for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't ever do readings of people. But that's not also true. I also like read everybody. That's like
just not out loud.
Like, just not out loud. It's like everyone's energy just kind of comes at me, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be around that person. Oh, this person's cool. Oh, that person's going through some shit. So it's like I can feel their energy and know like what type of person they are.
Right.
But I've also I went another weird time with my psychic abilities is I went to a psychic fair at the Irving Theater, and they had like a bunch of psychics there, like a bunch. And it was right around this time of year, and this time of year at my work is like super chaotic, and the energy around me is just so crazy that it just kind of like I absorbed that energy too. Like I've literally had psychics run away from me because I'm getting off so much energy that they're like, oh my God, I gotta get away. And like they've left. I'm like, I'm just standing here. I'm not even doing anything.
How does it feel to be in that situation or amongst those that claim to be psychics within a convention, like multiple people, not just, a few?
It's fun. It's there again. I'm already like reading the room. I'm like, I don't know if that one really can do this. I don't know if this one can. That one seems pretty legitimate. It's like, I don't try to be judgmental. It's just like, I can feel like their energy coming at me. I'm like, I have to make judgments on that, but I'm not like judging the person. I'm just judging what their energy they're giving off. Like I said earlier, you can fake a personality. You can fake being nice to people, but you cannot fake what kind of energy you give off.
Right. So, I mean, even at those psychic fairs, I went to one recently, I think in September at Camp Chesterfield.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely, when you walk around and maybe it's not just psychics or mediums, it's just anybody with an intuition it could walk around in a room full of psychics and be like, I want to go see that one.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed, like, they just like, they'll see one, they're like, I'm not really feeling it. And definitely if you are at something like that, do go with your intuition, because otherwise you're going to waste your money. You're going to go to somebody you don't want to go to, and you're just going to waste your money. And don't do that. Because there's what I call textbook psychics and textbook mediums, those that are trained by others that completely disregard their natural intuitions.
I think a lot of them also have studied enough that they go off of like body cues and stuff. Like they know like the minute changes in people's faces, shifting in their seats, that kind of stuff, that they can then just go with it and just can make up a whole bullshit story out of it. And then it's like, there's just enough grain of truth in it, or it feels right enough that you're like all sucked in. It's like, you can't really do that. I mean, that's like preying on people, I think.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I think, that like they almost educated themselves too much on how to interact with humans and not interact with the dead. That is, one thing that I've said personally that I hate about my education level is I've realized I almost study people too much. That it almost pulls me away from, the spirit world. And, and you don't want to lose that in the field. Like when you go out and you're investigating, some people are almost too scientific. So scientific that they completely disregard the fact that it could be an actual paranormal phenomenon. Like they may not be able to prove something happened, but they're so set on it being a scientific answer that, you can't convince them otherwise. You have to be open-minded. You can't just read a book and do your mediumship and psychic abilities verbatim from a book or from a way somebody taught you. You have to use your natural abilities too. So, and I think you do a lot of that.
Another thing I've noticed when I'm like on my abilities, like when I have them fully turned on, I give off like a lot of energy myself. Like besides what happened at the science fair or the psychic fair, I've been at I think, 2 different locations I can think of. One was at the Geyer Opera House once. So we're sitting down in if anyone hasn't been there, like the ground floor is just kind of like the chill area, then like the actual theater's upstairs. I've been sitting down in the lobby area with all the equipment out, turned on, but just kind of just sitting there, not really thinking about it. And then all of a sudden I'm just sitting there and like, I think in my head, and I don't even think it in my head. It's like all of a sudden, like REM pods would just start going off like 2 to 3 feet away from me without. It could have been something there, but it was in my head that I was like, I can make this work. And then in my mind, I can like make it go off, and then it would go off.
Go off.
Yeah. And I can like, I don't have to say it out loud. I can just say it all in my head, and it will like react to what I'm thinking. Like,
right.
Exactly. And then go ahead.
I'd say some would argue that's telepathy, but I mean, what do you think?
It could be. I've always wanted to have telekinetic powers. Like, I've tried working on that since I was a little kid. I can remember trying to get stuff to move with my mind forever. Another interesting thing that I had happen once is we were at the Old Lake County Jail, and then that night was like super, super, super crazy with my psychic abilities. I started channeling someone who talked in like a slight Southern dialect.
Okay.
And claimed to be John Dillinger. And like,
interesting.
Yeah. But that same night, that went on for like over an hour. Like, there's video of me. Matt Campbell and Jeff Jones have video of me for over an hour walking around the building, talking in a different voice. And
oh, wow.
But what was weird is I was speaking as him, but he was also talking to me in the same time. Like, I could hear his voice in my head, and then occasionally he would speak through me.
Mm-hmm.
But that same night was one of the first nights I'd ever used a Tesla radio.
Okay.
So it was a REM pod that had a Tesla coil antenna on it.
Yeah.
And I could mentally make like chirping sounds come through this Tesla coiled REM pod.
Yeah.
Just with my mind, I'm like, I could just think it. I didn't have to say anything out loud. And it would react to what I was thinking.
I don't think I've seen one of those, to be honest. So
I still have it somewhere here. My ghost hunting stuff's kind of spread out between here and the apartment right now. So
yeah. So for those of you asking, Tesla radio, that's not really one I've seen. Is that an older piece of equipment that people don't use anymore? Because I don't see anybody use that.
Matt actually made one once. It was but what I did is I took the Tesla antenna off of his and then put it into a REM pod that I had another friend 3D print for me. So it was like it had like a copper antenna on it that then spiraled like a Tesla coil and then up, but you could like hear this thing vibrating and moving and making the REM pod chirp just with my mind without even thinking. And there was like 5 to 6 witnesses of it when it happened.
That's wild. The other thing is that you and I have tried remotely connecting with each other during, like, when you're on it. I don't think I've been on an investigation where I try to remote connect with you, but I know you've tried to remote connect with me to see if that's the fun thing about if you have friends that have psychic mediumship or some type of ability that you believe in. I've met a lot of people who claim it, but I'm a skeptical. It kind of sucks. Like, I believe in psychic mediums, I believe in intuition, but I don't believe that everybody is I don't believe everybody has the ability to remotely connect, or everybody has an intuition of some type, but not everybody can do what I would want somebody to do at a remote connection. I know you and I have done that before.
Right. Excuse me.
Where you would remotely be doing some type of investigation, and we would see if we can pick up on same spirits.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Monroe House,
Yeah,
was one of the last ones we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Monroe House. I have seen, and that's another thing. I can see a lot of spirits too occasionally, but I've seen like spirits and energy forms at Monroe. Like, yeah,
like it's different.
It's different. So, one of the last times I was there with, it was me, Jeff Jones, one of our friends, and maybe one other person, and I'm literally in the upstairs room, not the Ouija room, but the other room that used to have the theater seating in it, the far northwest corner room, and I'm sitting there, and Jeff's getting like super like aggressive, not necessarily provoking like hardcore, but just that's just kind of the energy he gives off. And I literally, in my mind, see this energy like walk into the doorway and like belly up to him, like nose to nose with him. And it's like, am I really seeing this? I'm like, it's just like, I like I said, I've been a lot of places. I've seen a lot of weird shit.
Did Jeff know he was there?
Once I said, there's something standing like right in front of you, that even then made him go even hardcore more, and it was just like they were like battling each other. It was
really
weird. Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
And
yeah,
then,
I witnessed you be that way. I witnessed you interact with spirit and like tell somebody something's going on, and then like they confirm it.
At the Rhodes Hotel, like at that group event you were talking about, I literally saw something coming down the hall, and we were all sitting in the hall, and there was another like dark spirit energy. It was coming from one of the other people there. Mm-hmm. They were producing it, but I literally told it to leave, and like I've literally like wafted my hand at things before and have made it leave the room. Like I could see it go down the stairs and out the building, and then within like 2 or 3 minutes, not even 2 or 3 minutes, like maybe a minute, the person that was creating that energy got up and left the building.
Oh, I remember that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's wild. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because people don't think about that when they go to locations.
Mm-hmm.
About what spirits they're bringing with them.
Mm-hmm.
We actually, fun fact, Brad, since you talk about that, this past weekend I went to Kosciuszko County Jail.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought my child with me.
Mm-hmm.
Aurora, or Alex, she likes to go by now.
Okay.
Came with me because some locations will allow some people to come with.
That's a good location. I like it. I feel safe there. I've only been one time, but
you need to go back.
Yeah, I had a weird ass experience there. Like, I don't know if I caught it on any equipment, but I had a weird ass experience there.
I don't think I've ever not had an experience there, and I've been there several times.
Well, what I had happen is I was alone in solitary confinement.
Mm-hmm.
I literally hear a door open, a man have a conversation with someone, and then I hear him say, "I have to go to the bathroom." Mm-hmm. And then I hear him walk off. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Some random dude just came in the building and was talking to the ladies downstairs. And I'm like, wait a second. I'm the only guy here. There was no other men in the building at all. Mm-hmm. But I literally heard in my head this man's voice come in, talk to other people, like other human beings, and then say, I have to go to the bathroom. And then I hear the door open, and I'm standing up above like where the bathroom would be in solitary confinement, but it was crystal clear. Like, I don't think I caught it on any camera, any audio, but I could hear it and repeat the entire conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna almost always have an experience. What I was gonna tell you was we went, and I have spirits in my house, and there's a girl spirit in my house we call Victoria. When we went to Kosciuszko County Jail, my daughter started saying, she's like, I think Victoria came with us, and I was like, she better not have, because before we left, my daughter was like, you guys can come too. I'm like, stop. Do not invite them. And kid you not, while we were there, my daughter was talking about it, and one of the other investigators was in the other room. And while we're talking about, like, Aurora was talking about Victoria being in the room, one of the other investigators had mentioned, does anybody feel a little girl? And the people that were hosting us there, they're like, there's not usually a little girl here. And I was like, because my daughter's talking about Victoria. And if not, we got the name Vicky on the app, short for Victoria.
Wow.
And I was like, child, you better take Victoria back home with you where she belongs.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, it was an experience. And so yeah, as you were saying, people go to locations and sometimes they're bringing their own spirits along, whether they intentionally do it or not. There's definitely a lot I've learned over the past year personally, and so there's a lot of people, and I think the person you're talking about really did have dark energy.
He did. He did for sure.
So, and I've started to be able to better recognize those people that have that darker energy. So it's very interesting how that changes, how you get around it so much that you're able to pick it up better.
I've had an interaction similar to that I had at the Rhodes, down in a little small house that was open to the public for a short while, but I'm sure it's closed now. The Miram Livery House. Like,
I've never heard of that.
Me and my team were like one of the first teams ever to get in there. We were hosting all the events. It was like 3 hours away from Indy, so it was hard for us to be down there very much. But we were down there a lot, like a lot.
Wow.
And we were all sitting upstairs. Like, this house is dilapidated and wasn't safe to be in. We were all upstairs in this one room that then had access to the attic. And my friend John, you've met John, was sitting with his back to the attic door, and he starts all of a sudden getting like really angry and really like provoking the shit out of something. And literally this black mass thing like walks and it's like standing like right behind him, and everyone's just like looking at him, and John isn't paying attention. He's just like focused down on the ground, just provoking the shit out of this thing.
Of
and
course.
I'm like, man, you need to stop. And then all of a sudden this thing was like right there, and I'm like, that thing needs to go. And I literally just like went like that with my right hand and like completely knocked that thing out of the house. Oh
wow. And that's wonderful, because that's a constant ability you have is to remove those negative entities. And I've even noticed that you're really good at when we're at investigations, protecting those around you, spiritually speaking. So you are really good at cleansing the room, not just removing a spirit, but also protecting us.
That's why so many of my ghost hunting female friends like me going with them, because they feel protected about when they go into like those spooky ass places.
Yeah, I will definitely vouch for that.
I know
there's just something different when you're there.
You've said that. Liberty has said that. Sky has said that. So many people. Samantha has said that. So I don't. It's just I don't like mentally like, oh, I have to protect them. It's just kind of like a natural thing.
Right. Perhaps you're a threat to those darker entities.
That could be.
Because, I mean, you bring a little bit of lightness to a room. Like, your energy is very protective and lightheartedness and more positive than some. So you know.
I have one other, like, very strange, like, I guess it's a psychic thing, or it's definitely an energy thing happened that I would like to talk about. It was at the Speakeasy in Hartford City.
Oh, yeah, really? Okay.
So
I'll hear a lot of stories from there.
So it was, we had it rented, we had the jail rented, so we were split up between the two.
Mm-hmm.
It was right after Matt Campbell got his portal made, just like the one I have, the big gray.
Yes.
The big one.
Yeah.
And so he's there, I'm there, and Samantha is there. And we're in one of the offices to the east side of the building, not the front out by their street, but the second, like the main hallway, the second set of buildings, second offices back. And we're not getting much. But then all of a sudden, like, my intuition kicks in, and I'm like, Matt's holding his portal, and I'm like, I want to hold the radio part. So we set the portal part down on a chair. I'm standing. He had a 10-foot cord on his.
Oh wow!
On his SB7. So I'm holding the SB7, and in my head, and Samantha's standing here next to me. I say, I want this thing to play one song. Just play. Don't sweep anymore. Just play a song. And I'm holding the SB7 flat in my hand so everyone can see it.
Right.
And it starts playing one song. Like,
wow.
It's still sweeping. You can still see it sweeping through the thing, but the portal is actually just playing a song out. I don't remember at the time. I could remember the song. I don't remember what the song is now.
Yeah.
And I look over at her, and she's like, "You're doing this, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I am." I'm like, I kind of wanted to stop, and then as soon as I said that, it went back to sweeping.
Interesting.
And it sweeps for like maybe a minute or two, and I'm like, I wish it'd play a song again. And then it went back and was playing the exact same song.
Really?
Yes, but it couldn't be playing, like, a song isn't like 4 or 5 minutes long on the radio or whatever.
Right.
But it was the exact same song. And I just literally in my mind said I wanted to play a song. And that same song came back on and started playing the thing. And she looked at me, she's like, "No fucking way." And I'm like, yeah, I think I just did that. And then in my head, I'm like, I kind of wanted to stop now, because I'm like, I'm even kind of freaking myself out now that I'm doing this. Right. And then as soon as I thought it stopped again.
I feel like I witnessed that, like, similar phenomenon from you, because I remember.
I have never actually got it to repeat that ever again. But right. Samantha and Matt will be my witness that truly actually happened.
Yeah. Oh, I believe you, but I do feel like I've witnessed, like, you just being like, it's like you're in tune with the equipment around us, like even like just a REM pod or something. Mm-hmm. That's really interesting to see and witness, and not a lot of people have that capability. And it's curious because is it a telepathy thing, or is it a spiritual connection where spirit is assisting? I mean, what would you, if you had to choose between the two, what would you think it would be? Do you think it's spirit assisting or telepathy?
I would like it to be both. Like, I would like to have
right.
I said, I would love for them to actually help me and do mm-hmm. stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then I would also like to just do it myself, like knowing I could just mentally do that. Like I said, I've been trying to move objects with my mind for as long as I can remember. Like I've been like, I can move that, I can move that, I can move that. I've only remember ever making one thing like slightly move ever with my mind. But
if you could choose electrical power, was that always your choice?
Yeah, but making electrical things do weird stuff, I know I can do that. Like I said, I've made REM pods go off just by sitting next to them. And just knowing I'm giving off all this crazy energy, I've had REM pods start beeping, and then all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm making that go off, and then it stops. But as soon as I like realize that I'm doing it, I can like turn it off without even thinking, without actually touching it or anything.
That's wild. That's wild. I know I don't know if there's, rhyme or reason behind it, but somebody will probably say there's a scientific proof of some type.
Right.
But
like I said, I don't claim to be anything. But I know I can do things.
Yeah. All you know is what you've experienced, and these are
and most of the time I've had witnesses. Most of the time I've not been like, I'm usually it's a group of like 2 to 3 people, and it's not usually just ever one-on-one. It's usually like at least 2 other people who've seen me do this stuff.
Right. Absolutely. I'll vouch for several of it. I know I've witnessed you do quite a bit. Very impressive stuff. So absolutely, I back you up on that. All right, Brad. Well, I do appreciate you coming on here with me tonight, and I'm so happy you were able to jump on and share your stories and talk to everyone kind of about your abilities, the things that you've experienced in the field that are psychic, intuition related situations. And I just want to thank you again for being here. Do you want to plug in any of your following?
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram too. I'm on Twitch, but I don't ever post anything. I mostly just watch other people play video games. So
yeah.
But yeah,
I haven't been on Twitch streaming lately, so not me.
Yeah. I just watch other people play video games, so I'm that nerd.
And that's all right. I'm the nerd who's playing the video games.
Right. I watched you.
Yeah, right. So, all right. Well, thanks everyone who jumped on here and said hello. We really appreciate you. With that said, everybody, we will be back next week with more of a live discussion. So feel free to join me Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for live discussion. Wow, if I can talk. And if you could please like, love, share, all that fun stuff to let me know that you appreciate these shows. I appreciate all of you, and I hope everybody has a great rest of your week. Bye.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.